morning, dear devotees and friends. Today is a very special day. This is the Satyam Jayanti of Acharya Shankara, Janma Jayanti. So all they celebrate Shankaracharya's Jayanti. And at the same time, today is the Mother's Day. So in the beginning, I offer my pranam to all the mothers of the world and congratulate them. And at the same time, we like to offer our pranam to Shankaracharya because he was a great devotee of his own mother. So I use the word devotee because he used to consider his mother as divine. So we will come to that. But before you start, let us jump from the Totaka Acharya, one of the direct disciples of Shankara. So he composed a beautiful, some few stanzas on Shankaracharya. It goes like this. Kuruna Burunalaya Palaya Mam Bhavushagara Dukha Vidura Hridam Rachaya Khila Darshana Tattva Vidam Bhavashankara Deshika Me Sharanam. Like to chant with me? Okay. So I will, one word I will say and then you repeat. Kuruna Burunalaya Kuruna Burunalaya Palaya Mam Bhavushagara Dukha Vidura Hridam Rajaya Khila Darshana Tattavidam Bhavashankara Deshika Me Sharanam Bhavashankara Deshika Me Sharanam. O ocean of compassion, Kuruna Burunalaya. So Buruna means the ocean, an ocean of compassion, Kuruna. Protect me from the torment, Palayama, of samsara, torment of the samsara, which has broken my heart. Bhavasagara Dukha Vidura Hridam. So it has broken my heart. Rachaya Khila Darshana Tattavidam. O Lord, you are the knower of the supreme truth revealed in all the philosophies. May you become my only refuge, O Shankara. So this is the prayer of the Totaka Acharya. Totaka Acharya was his disciple and he was also a great learner. So now, the Shankara, what is the time frame of Shankara? There's a lot of debate is there. It says, the Pandit Rajendranath Ghosh, he says 686 after Jesus, that was the time when Shankara was there, and he lived 32 years. So 686 plus 32 or 31, so that is the time frame of the Shankara. But the Bhandarkar, he says 680. R.G. Bhandarkar, he says it is 680, almost the same. Max Muller and Professor McDonald, they say it is 788 to 820. That was the time, it was much later. But we think that it should be the 680 or 686. Otherwise, there are many references. You cannot make that. How come the Shankara was not mentioned? Shankara, if you are not there, the personality like Shankara, obviously he should be mentioned in different scripture, in different places. That was not there. So that was the time frame of Shankara, and we accepted 686. He was born in a Brahmin family, and his father was Shiva Guru, mother was Arya, at Kaladi, a small village in Kerala state of India. That was Shankara. Now, they say that the parents, they were going on praying to Lord Shiva for a son. And after a long austerity, then one day Shiva appeared before them and then said, well, I will bless you with a son, but the option is this. You have to choose. A very famous son, but short life. But ordinary son, but he will live for a long period of time. Whom you choose. So when that was the option, the father, Shiva Guru, immediately said, the famous but short-lived. That will be all right. The father chose the second option. And this was Shankara, he was born. And we wonder, at the age of 10, he finished all the scriptures. When usually normal children, they get ready to go to school, Shankara has already finished. Because his time frame was short, only 32 years. So obviously, our Jesus was the shortest, 29 to 30. And then Shankara, only 32. Swami Vivekananda, 39. So within this time frame, we are going on doing batting but doing nothing actually. Going on batting but nothing doing. But these famous people in a short live, but they live like a fire. So this Shankaracharya, at the age of 10, he finished all the scriptures. And you know the Hindu scriptures, there's no end to it. And as because Shankara was getting himself ready, making himself ready to re-establish Hinduism, that was the time. But there is a beautiful discussion. One of our Swami Mukyanandaji, he has written a book on Shankaracharya. The time frame and the social, economical, political, spiritual condition of that time. It was mainly the Buddhism that was sweeping the whole country. And the Buddhism was supported by the powerful kings. So whenever the religion is supported by the rulers, it spreads like the wildfire, but then it loses its main core of spirituality. Naturally, fast they are going on, converting people, spreading like that. But that is the temperament of the rulers. They always like to grab, like to capture, but they lose the actual essence of the spirituality. But whatever, that was the time. The people were confused what to do with the Sanatana Dharma, the traditional religion. In Sanatana Dharma, there are two main divisions were there, philosophy and work. Work means the yoga, the yajna. And this yajna, one group of people used to say that we have to perform yajnas, and it became very costly. The ordinary people, it was difficult for them to organize the yajnas. You had to bring the woods like that, then arranging the clarified water and these and that. So many paraphernalias. And those who survive on that, live on that, the Purohitas, they also slowly started demanding, you have to give this much money, that, otherwise how they will maintain their family. So that was the only source of income. So total together, it became very difficult time for the Hindus. And philosophy also, there were 6 systems of Indian philosophy. Before Shankara also Vedanta was there, not that he is the beginning, he is only the re-established Shankara. Now 6 systems, out of the 6 systems, almost the 4 they were not accepting Ishvara, the God. So karma, phala and all, so we can imagine the condition. Economical condition was alright, social condition was like this, but the spiritual and religious condition was in turmoil. So it was the Shankaracharya, it was his responsibility. He was born for that. Within 10 years, he completed all the scriptures, not only Hindu scriptures, other scriptures also, so that in debate it is necessary. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, to kill yourself, only one small little blade is sufficient. But to fight with others, you need the sword. Acharya, the Shankara, he has to fight with others. And that was the debate, spiritual debate. So, different type of knowledges was necessary. But only for us, it is not necessary. Only one idea is sufficient. Stick to that idea, practice that idea, and reach to your goal. And that is the peace, that is the happiness, joy, the spirituality. But the acharyas are not like that. So he had to complete, and within all these things, not only that, he started writing the commentaries and also composed the stotras. You know that they say, some of the writers, they say fast 16 years. It was his study and preparation. So he was studying and then he was writing the commentaries. The commentary means that was our Upanishads are there, that is called Veda. Veda means the Upanishads. And Upanishads gives the philosophy. And that philosophy, Ishavashyam idam sarvam. This whole universe that you see is nothing but this God, Isha. Isha means God. Now you have to explain that. Upanishad gives the decisive statements. They don't wait for you to understand or not. This is the truth. I say you understand or not, that is up to you. But it is the acharyas, teachers. It is their responsibility to explain. So what is Ishvara and how it can be all pervasive, all pervading? Because Ishvara, in the moment you say it is Ishvara, is a personality and obviously limited. How can this be all pervasive? So these are the explanations he had to give. That's called commentary. And he wrote all the bhashyas. Bhashyas means commentary. And he wrote bhashyas not only on the Upanishad but also on Bhagavad Gita and many others. So that was the period, the 16 years, he went on writing. And obviously when he was writing, he was preparing himself with the pros and cons, the debates. So when you say that this world has come from the God, the first question, that means God has created this world with some material. In the old scripture, in the Rig Veda, questions like, has God created this world with wood? Where from he got so much of wood? Because in those days it was jungle only. So the young boys, they are coming to the teachers and asking this question, is it made of wood? And how could he get so much of wood? The Bana, and that means the forest. Which forest actually he used to collect the woods? This type of questions are there. But philosophically you have to explain. And if you cannot explain this, it can never become religion. Religion means a sort of practices. And in the practices you have to have ideas that this is like this. Otherwise, how can you start practice? Now someone wants to join the medical. So he or she should know what actually this is, or engineering, what actually this is, what particular type of engineering I should learn. And like that they should go. Spirituality is also like that. When I am going to practice spirituality, what is this first? Who created it? And here in this world, we find ourselves and around us this world. Now you have to explain the world. And what is this world? Then Shankara said, this is only Nama and Rupa in the scripture. Nama, the name is there, and the Rupa, form is there. Anything that is having a form, obviously having a name, and that is called this Jagat. And obviously where from it has come? Name we have given, the form from where it has come. So they like to explain. And if you say that God has created it, and where is God? No, He is separate from this. Majority of the philosophy will say, after creation, the God separated. So we are all, then they will develop a story. We committed, we be someone in the beginning whom God created. He made a mistake, but by not obeying the God's command, and that was the original sin, and he was banished. And as because we are his progeny, their progeny, we are also banished from God. Now God is compassionate. God has sent his Son so that we can go back to him, close to him, through the Son. So this is a way they will be telling you the story. So this is my Son, and you have to come to him, and you just follow his teachings and come back to me. So this is the Vedanta is completely different. Mostly people are satisfied, but there are a lot of loopholes. If the God is creating out of what? Because that is only, this is a very, very important question in the life of spirituality. Spirituality is understanding very clearly and realizing that idea. That is spirituality. So who has created me? Answer is God. Okay. Spiritual, religious people will say God. What is this God? The God is love, God is purity, God is all-pervasive, God is all-powerful, omnipotent, omniscient. Okay. Out of what he has created? Now, this is the question. Out of himself, they say. God has created this world out of himself. So when he has created everything out of himself, then how can we be separated? We also belong to him. Here the question comes. This is the first step. If someone has created some sweets, varieties of sweets with sugar, all sweets will be maybe different shape, different names, but all will be sweet only. If everything has been created by God out of himself, so obviously each and everything must be God. Now, this is the conclusion. And that's why when the first line of the Isha-Upanishad says, Isha Vashyamidam Sarvam, this whole universe is nothing but the manifestation of God. This is God, all covered by God, is true. Second question, if it is covered by God, and we are all God, then why we are trying to realize God? Why you have come over here every Sunday giving the same talk? What is it? Not only here, almost all the Christian churches, Sunday sermons, and then the Buddhist and the Islam, everywhere. They're talking about God. What is this? We are gods. Then why we are? Another problem comes. If we are gods, so many gods. And not only that, the God who was my grandfather died. Does it mean the God also died? All confusion comes. What is the confusion? Can God die? Because my grandfather, he was also God. He died. Then where will we go? So in that condition comes the philosophers. And they give the examples, explanations. So that is their job. Shankara Acharya. He is not an avatar, he is an Acharya. Acharya means teacher. And this teaching, the teacher, he will come and explain. Many different types of acharyas are there. And mainly, yesterday we were talking about, in our Home of Harmony, about the Hinduism, mainly three. Madhva Acharya, he says God is separate, we are separate, don't talk about it. No question. Only pray to God. And then God may be happy to take you to his heaven. So you can go near to God. You can see God, like that, 7 stages you can get. And the next person came, he is Ramanujacharya, and he said, well, we are separate, but at the same time, we are from God. How the fire and the spark from the fire. The spark from the fire is also having all the properties of fire. So it is also fire, but separate from God. So we are also God, but separated from God. So our process is to go back to the original fire. So that is the qualified monism. And then came the Shankara. No. This is not giving the complete reply. If we are separate from God, then going back to God is impossible. If the milk, from the milk you prepare the yogurt, and yogurt can never back to the milk form. No, it is not possible. Either you eat or throw. No question of preserving as a milk again. No. So this world, if it has been separated from God, that means the milk and the yogurt, it cannot be. Because we have seen the people are going back to that divine level, and it is possible. That means something else is there. And what is that? He developed Advaita. Or means negative. Dvaita means two. There is no two. There is only one. Now again, if it is only one, so we are gods. We can do anything. So why police should be there to arrest me? I was passing through a shop. I saw the beautiful things are there inside. I broke the glass and took out one. The police came, arrested me. Why there should be all this? I am God and I have every right to do whatever I like. No, you cannot. Then again comes, you are God, of course, but you do not know that you are God. And trading will be there. You do not know what that. So you have to go through a process to realize that you are God. Otherwise, suffering will be there. So Jagat is there, and along with the Jagat means this manifested world, and in the basic of that is the truth that you are divine. But now you are suffering because you don't know that. The majority of the people, some young boys, if they are not successful in their exam, so they will commit something wrong, and they are very unhappy. Do I am not successful in my exam? But they don't know something is waiting for them in future. Maybe they will be a very successful this or that. They do not know. So wait for your chance. Prepare whatever you like to, and then prepare in that line. You will be successful. Surely. So similarly, we are suffering because we are thinking that we are separate from God. We are jivas, we are being, but no, we are that divine. The moment you know that, immediately the great peace comes on the mind. What for? Our life is only for happiness. This is Ananda. They term the word Ananda. Anandeva khalu imani bhutani jayante. From the happiness, all beings are born. So Ananda, the happiness is our ultimate goal. We must have to go. And sometimes we find ananda, the happiness, and in small thing. The other day I saw one gentleman, he came to fix the toilets, and he was smoking and gabbing, smoking and gabbing. So I was noticing from distance, he is getting joy after smoking, and then suffering immediately after smoking. The happiness and suffering going, but he cannot stop. Why? He has become intoxicated. Without the smoking, he cannot stop. But coughing, when he is coughing, I could feel his terrible pain. He was holding his stomach and coughing. But after that, again smoking. So, happiness and suffering goes hand in hand. That is not the happiness. So if you want the happiness from this world, this will happen. You will get little happiness and then suffering. Little happiness and then suffering. But why? Shankaracharya said Maya. What is this Maya? You cannot explain Maya, but you can experience it every time. Nothing is there, but you like it so much. I should not mention, because sometimes in some of the places, some ladies from the childhood, they will put on something, their neck becomes very tall. And that is a beauty for those people. And suppose that type of lady comes with a tall, long neck, you will say, no, thank you, mother, it's okay. Because we don't like that, but they like it very much. That means likings also changes. Something which I don't like, somebody else likes it very much. That, what it goes, our thoughts are also different. How it can become different? And then comes another problem. That is past life. It goes on. Because of the past life, we had so many varieties of thoughts and impressions. So when we take this particular life, we like this, we don't like that, it goes on. So what is the way out? Go beyond likings and dislikings. That's all. Go beyond the likings and dislikings. Happiness is the goal. Happiness, we are pursuing the happiness, but you have to go beyond the happiness also. The moment you want happiness, suffering is waiting in some corner. It will come and get you. You cannot avoid that. So give up both. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, if you have some thorn sometimes in the villages, a thorn is stuck in your feet, then you have to break another thorn to take it out. Then throw both the thorns. Those who were not in the villages, you won't understand. So there nothing is. Then they will break another thorn and they will take it out. So by that way they do. So this is the way you have to understand that happiness and suffering, both we should keep up. Then what will remain? Shankara said Brahman. And what is that Brahman? Existence, knowledge and bliss absolute. It is bliss. It is tremendous happiness. And it will never change. So that is the goal. We will go to that. Shankara lost his father at the age of 3. And that shook him very much. He saw the death first time. Oh, he was here today, this moment. And next moment he is not there. So the young boy started wondering over there. What is this death? The man is here. Everything as it is. Something left him. At the age of 3, he started analyzing the death. And then he came out with a wonderful stotra. And he said, no. This life cannot give us the happiness, cannot give us the eternity. So we have to break the bondage. What is that bondage? Moha. So Mudgara means the hammer. You have to break that with a hammer. So Moha Mudgara. Or sometimes it says Chatpat Panjanika Stotra. 2 stotra mixed together. Moha Mudgara or Chakra Panjalika. And it goes like this. Kastam koyam kuto ayata kame janani kome tata. And wonderfully, who are you? Who am I? Whence have I come? Where from we have come? Kastam ko ayam. Ayam means me. Who am I? Kuto ayata. From where have I come? Kave janani. Who is my mother? Ko me tata. Who is my father? This father and mother, they have given me this life. Or I was there, existing somewhere. I have just taken them as my father and mother, accepted them as my father and mother. I do not know. Who is creating? He is asking in this way. Iti puri bhavaya sarvam asarat. Now the 3-year-old boy, he is thinking, oh my mind, think deeply. Nothing remains. We only develop the relation. Oh, it's my father, it is my mother, my husband, my wife, my son and daughter. We develop that relation. It was not in the beginning, it won't be in the after. In between only, we have developed that. Very hard. When we listen to this, oh my God, what is this then our life? Our life is so much of relations. But that's why he is telling, Puri Bhavaya, you must think and think deeply. Sarvam asarat. Everything that you see has no existence actually. Sarvam asarat. Vishwam tattva shapna vikaram. Shapna vikaram. When we dream, we see so many wonderful things in the dream. But vikara, it is not true. The moment we get up, nothing is there. This life is also just like that. Shapna vikara. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. Finally he says, Bhaja Govindam. He was an Advaita. But he is asking the people, Govinda, you must worship the he also said that Govinda means the one which is there inside, and that is the Atman. You must understand Atman, realize Atman. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. A very famous stotra. The famous singers, they have sang. And that way you have to think, that is Shankara. And he will make you, if you study the Shankaracharya, there is no other way but to think. After reading 2-3 pages, oh, what is it? Usually about religion is nothing. Just purchase some fruits, some sweets, in the Indian way. You go to the temple, offer it to the temple, get a mark over here, and go down. Sometimes they are giving free food, or sometimes you have to purchase prasada. Very, very happy. There it ends. And when coming back, then live naturally, without criticizing. We cannot leave any place. Oh, that place was dirty, this man was not behaving properly. But why we came to temple we forget. All sometimes just we are going on practicing without knowing what we are doing. The Shankara says, no, you have to Puribhavaya. Very carefully you have to think. Puribhavaya, and otherwise, O mind, worship the Lord residing in every heart. That is the Chaitanya. Shankaracharya urging us to worship the Govinda, but he accepts that as real. Is real and unreal. Shankaracharya's is only real and unreal, which is neither the real, which neither changes and also never ceases to exist. That is the God of Shankara. That is the Govinda of Shankara. That is the Atman or Brahman of Shankara. What? That never changes. Now you think, what is not changing? And you have to go on thinking, analyzing each and everything. This is now the Himalaya. Even the Krishna saw the Himalaya. The Pandavas, they went inside the Himalaya. We are like that. That means Himalaya is for so many. Is it the permanent? No. Then if you go to the geography, they will say it was not there at all. When something happened, two plates came and they collided and the middle portion went up. Another, we were going on getting that information. Another that type of thing is going to happen. Of course, I won't be there. I think you won't also be there. No problem. It will come after many thousand years. Again, the Africa is coming and colliding with the western part of India, that is Bombay and all that. Those who are purchasing costly houses, they can take. Because it is going to collide and there will be only the hills and all this. It's going to change. Shankara said, no. Anything that changes is not real, it's not God, it's not Brahman. Something which never ever changing. Now, how I will know that something is not changing? He said, you ask yourself. Always for subjective. You have to ask yourself. Teacher cannot do anything. You have to. I was a little boy. I grew up. I became elderly. I am going to die. All these physical and mental changes, I is constant. Now ask, who am I? Am I this body? In the beginning of the Viveka Shankara gives a details, that description of the body, how it is made, the bones, the marrows, the blood, and all that. Is this you? How can that be? It is not. Then some people are very, very careful that you must be pure before going to shrine. And there's some of the pandits. But you are carrying all the darts with your body. Inside all the dirty things. What you are going to, how to avoid that? You cannot do that. Then inside this body, there must be something which is making you or feeling you living. You are talking, you are listening, you are acting. Everything is there. But when I die, this body, these hands, this finger, these eyes, all things are there, but they cannot do anything except that particular one. Such that. And that is Atman. That is the consciousness. And that consciousness, again, is taking you to another body. Here, a little, the sophistication is there. Now they say, Advaita Vedanta of Shankaracharya, that it is not real. Then what is it? This is only the reflection of the real. Reflection of the real. And the example, the sun is giving the light and that is reflected on the glasses of the mirror. So obviously that is reflecting on your buddhi, which is very clear. And when that buddhi, the consciousness is reflecting, you are conscious. You are behaving like that. But that is not real. So when you die, what happens? In the meantime, you have got associated with that reflected consciousness. So you travel to another body, with the death of this body to another body, with that consciousness. So you go on changing with that consciousness. The moment you understand that, immediately you can stop that. So no more birth and death, no more traveling into the circle. And that is called bhakti. You need not to go and get something from somewhere. You are already there. Only a reflection you are accepting as the real. The moment you stop, then you get that. So that is the way he explained. Every object of knowledge, external or internal, like the thought and ideas, is subject to modification and according to Shankara is not real. The thought is also changing, ideas are also changing. Anything that changes is not real. Shankara said, no, go on thinking. Then the beautiful stories comes in different type of story that to explain this type of truth. Two brothers, they went to their father and asked, to please give us some advice. Then the father told them, you are that. Ponder over that. You are that. And both the brothers were going back and they were discussing between them, who is this, who is that. Then they felt thirsty. They went to drink water from the pond. In those times, the ponds were the very clear water, so they went to the pond. Then they saw the reflection on the water. And the junior brother said, oh, I have solved it. Now I know what the father said. This is me. You are that, father said. Now I can see. That means I have to take care of my body. He became a Asura. He didn't turn back. But the elder brother said, how that can be? Because the body is changing. But when he said it is permanent and that is you, I cannot be the body. The younger brother, he said, I am satisfied. So he left. He never turned back to his father. He didn't go back to father to explain. But the senior son went over there and he asked, my brother said like this, but I think it is not like this. So what is your idea, father? Father said, you think. Because in the Vedanta, it is only you. You have to go on thinking. Go. But I will tell you, you are proceeding towards the right path. Go continue. And he went, and after 12 years, then he understood it is the Atman that is within me and that is reflecting. That is the real. He became Sura. Sura means God. Asura and Sura. Sura means manifestation. Light is manifested. So Sura, Devata. Asura, that ignorance is there, covering the light, the knowledge. Light means the knowledge, discovering. So he became Asura. This is the only difference. Asura and Sura. Now if you see again in the mythologies, Asura is also meditating. 12 long years, 20 long years he is meditating. And when, after the meditation, when that particular God comes to place, he will say, give me the blessing so that I can kill all people. After, when you are realizing God is standing before you, why you should ask that? But the Asura mind works like that. Give me that power so that I can. And you know that Bhasmashura story I told you. So he got the blessings from the Shiva, that whomever he will put his hand, that person will become ashes, immediately to die. And when he got that blessings, he wanted to test it on Shiva itself. The Shiva then started running away. Believe me, I gave you that. But no, you are the only person all around here. There is not a single soul. Let me check before accepting. So let me check. Afterwards, I won't find you. So he wanted to keep his hand on Shiva's head. And Shiva ran for his life. He also chased. Ultimately, they met Vishnu. Vishnu is a very intelligent person. You know what happened? So why unnecessarily you are chasing him? Your head is so close to you. Just on your body. Put your hand on your head and test. And he came. And he became burned, Bhasma. So Bhasma, Ashura, Bhasma. That means he is not having the discrimination after 20 long years, only to die like that. So when your analysis, your mind is not clear, you suffer. And you make mistakes. The Shankara is telling, what is the reality? Consciousness, pure consciousness. Ordinarily, we consider mind as the conscious. But Indian philosophy says, mind is also an object. Why? I can analyze the mind. I can see how the mind is functioning. There are nowadays the doctors, only they research on the mind. So obviously it is not. Mind, to be specific, the intellect, buddhi, acts like an agent, intelligent agent, but that is also not. Then ultimately, using the intellect, one has to go beyond the realm of the duality, and that is the ultimate. If we need to transcend these worlds, which we see, touch, taste, smell, and hear, to reach to the one and without the two, that is the consciousness, then what is this world for? What will happen after we realize? Now, what is this world for then? And when we all realize the God, then what will happen to this world? That's a great question. Most of the time, the young boys, they come and they say, Swami, suppose I become a sannyasi and my brother also becomes sannyasi, friends also. Then what will happen to this world? I told you, you don't think about that. There are many other people, they will think about it. The population will continue, but if you like, you can join. But if there is a if, then shall I marry or not marry? Because if you like to be a monk, no question of if. I am not going to get into that. That is very clear. So whenever the young boys, they come to us, shall I marry or shall I become? No, marry. Marry and come afterwards, bring some fruits for us and we'll offer. So no problem. But to give up the world is very, very difficult. Why? Because it is constantly attracting us. And how? Through our eyes, through our ears, through the smoke, nose and the tongue and the touch. It goes on attracting us. Pancha, that again Shankaracharya says, this human being, oh, what's suffering because of this pancha, the five, constantly binding you. Adi Shankara tells us the story of the rope and the snake to explain this world. Now the Shankara's philosophy, it says, do you think this world is true? Yes, I feel it. I see it, I get that idea, and I am really, really affected by that. Then he said, there was a rope, and one person came, because it was twilight, not very clear, from the distance he saw a snake. Snake was nowhere there. He imagined the snake on the rope, and he started shouting, calling people for help, and the people, they came with the light and all. Then they found only a rope is there. Now explain. Who suffered? I. Why? For the snake. Was the snake? There is no snake at all. Then who created the snake? I. And because of I created snake on the rope, I suffered. The whole thing goes because of my misunderstanding. This world is nothing but full of happiness, full of joy. Only if you can understand it. And everything is like this. I think I mentioned to you, in our time when we were children, we used to go to school and come back all alone or sometimes with other friends. And no buses or anything to drop us. So, and when we were coming back, there's no. And naturally, what is happening here and there, we were curious to know. The 2-3 of us, we suddenly saw that there is some function is going on, jatra. It's open, and some people dressed like the Rama, Sita, Ravana, and they are having some function. Naturally, very attractive. We went and sat to see what is happening. And that is the time Rama asked Sita to go, and Sita was crying. And someone, maybe the Lakshmana or someone, pushed her, and she went backside. I became very concerned about that poor lady. What has happened to her? Because she is new. This is all locality we know, but how she will know? the mother Sita. So I went to the backside to see how to help Sita. I should, where is Sita? No lady at all, a gentleman, and he took out the wigs and sitting and smoking. Hey, where is Sita? That was I was so much affected and I was almost in tears seeing the suffering of the Sita, but Sita was smoking. Hey, what is happening? He asked her, hey boy, go that side, don't come this side. So this happens in this world. We think this is happening. Actually, this is nothing but our creation, our imagination. Some people may argue saying that all these people, they are suffering. Do you think it is all like this? Actually that. Truly nothing is happening. Everything is like this. And if you can remember in the Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna, a personality like Arjuna, he was shaking. He was thinking, how can I fight? And I am going to kill my own friends, my grandfather, my teacher, and brothers are also there. They will kill us, we will kill them. What is it? And he said, no, I am not going to kill. And what was the answer of the Lord? Hey, don't bother. It has already been done. Moyoi vaite nihata purvameva nimitta matra bhavasabhasachi is really nimitta. And when we can understand that, we become rishis, unaffected by anything. Because we know that it is all like this drama goes on. Somebody will become like this, and then they will do this, and then again. It goes on and on. But the contemporary time, the people are affected, they suffer, they die, again they take birth, it goes on. Ultimately, if you can go beyond this, and you understand that this is all like this, you live in this world, but enjoy without being attached to this world. That is called Jivana Mukta condition. Jivana Mukta. While living, you are completely free from any attachment and all the sufferings. Happiness, suffering, nothing is touching you. The Shankara says, because of our ignorance, because of our imagination, of jnana, ignorance, imagination, that is the Maya, this happens. What the Maya does, it covers the actual thing and then superimpose something else on it, which is actually not there. So it covers the truth. In the example that we gave, is cover the rope and then superimpose the snake on the rope. That was inside my mind, we superimpose that. The process of recovering this ignorance is known as tapasya. This austerity, sadhana, spiritual practice. This Shankara, the second time, 16 years. First 16 years, Adhyayan, Adhyapana. Now Adhyapana. The first 16 years, he studied. Second 16 years, what he did? He went on fighting with the other philosophers and re-establishing the Hinduism, the pure Hinduism, that is Vedanta, and he organized the whole Sanatana Dharma. How? He went to the Kumaril Bhatta in the Prayag. Prayag means in the central India, and he challenged the Mandan Mishra. Kumaril Bhatta he wanted to debate with, and Kumaril Bhatta said, I have completed, now I like to die. You know, those days the people were so courageous, I cannot think of. The Kumaril Bhatta, after completing all his philosophy, and said, I have become very old. I need someone now to serve me. Why should I give the suffering to others for me, the whole body? I should die. Then he declared, I am going to die. The people came, people started. Of course, nowadays they won't allow. Police will come and arrest you because of committing suicide. But in those days, happily, by the side of the river, then they organized that. And slowly, slowly he will die. So he is going to leave this body. So he likes to enjoy the pain. Can you imagine? of the body when it is burning slowly. He will go and sit on that fire, start meditation and chanting. They will lit the fire, slowly the fire will engulf him and then he will die. When you are sitting over there, just a moment of touching the fire, and the fire, Shankara raised. Hey, come down. Shankara raised. While you are sitting over there, come down, I have something to talk to you. You said in this way, but my idea is completely different. I like to talk to you about that, a debate. He said, no, see, I have already withdrawn my mind, and I cannot go down to debate with you. But you can go to my the disciple, Mandan Mishra. He will have a debate with you. What is that debate? Karma and Jnana. Shankara, he is telling the Jnana. And they, Kumari Bhatta and others, they will say karma. What is the karma? Through the yajna you get everything. You like to go to heaven, then you have to perform a yajna. You like to be successful in this world, you have to perform a yajna. It is still there in the Indian society. They will be performing yajna. The Mandan Mishra was not there. So he went to, the Kumari Bhatta was not there. So he went to Mandan Mishra. And that was the city where the Mandan Mishra lived, is Mahishmati. I think you know the name of the Mahishmati because of the famous movie. And that Mahishmati was in Bihar. This Mahishmati in the Magadha state, he went over there, and Mandan Mishra, he was performing a yajna. And sannyasis were not allowed because one must marry. That was their idea. And without marriage, your human life is not complete. And Shankara went, all the doors were closed, no one was allowed him to go. Then he climbed that wall. And after from the wall, he jumped from there inside. And he was performing the yajna. He looked at him and said, Kuto Mundi? Mundi means the one shaven head. The sannyasis, they shave their head. So he was asking, where from this shaven head has come? Shankara replied funnily that, Galat, I have shaved my hair up to the neck. So I'm a sannyasi, he mentioned in that way, not indicating a sannyasi, sarcastically he said, where from this shaven head person is coming? He said, up to the neck I have shaved. And he challenged him. He said, okay, let me complete this and we will sit for discussion. But who will be the judge? Shankara told, I don't have any objection accepting your wife to be the judge. It gives them another idea. The women were also highly educated. Because debate between Mandan Mishra and Shankara is not a matter of joke. And the judges, it became his wife, Bharati Devi. And the condition was, if Shankara cannot successful, then Shankara became a householder. He will marry and settle down as a householder. If Mandan Mishra is defeated, he will give up the hearth and home. And his wife also accepted. Well, no problem for me. And they were all excitement everywhere. They had great debate, and then ultimately Shankara won, and he became a sannyasi, and he became his very famous disciple, Sureshwara Acharya. The Sureshwara Acharya, he became in charge of the Sringari Mount. It is on the bank of the Tungabhadra in South India. The Shankara chose him to be the one Mathadesha. Under him, all these other Hindu organizations should be there. Then the Shankara's first disciple is the Sanandan. The Sanandan became Padmapada Acharya. He was not educated. So his pronunciation in Sanskrit was wrong. The other students, they used to laugh at him. But he has a great devotion for Shankara. And Shankara wanted to prove that. So one day they went to the other bank of the river, and when they were there, Shankara called for help. Others, they came running, but there was no boat to cross the river. So they stood over there and they were thinking how to help the Guru. But this boy, without thinking, he just started running over the water. And every step, there's a lotus, Padma, a lotus was supporting him. And he crossed the ocean, that river, and running. Everyone saw that. Then his name became that Padma Pada. Padma means the lotus, Pada, his feet. He became the Acharya of the Govardhan Math in Odisha. Third monk he established in Gujarat, Dwarka, and Sarada Math. And finally, fourth one in the Badri, Jyotir Math, Totagacharya became in charge. He also organized all the sannyasis of the Hindus who were all over scattered. He organized them as 10 camps. And the Dashanami Sampradaya, the names are very interesting. Tirtha, the holy places. Sannyasis living in the holy places, Tirtha. Then Asrama, they live in the house, by cottages, Asrama. Vana, they live in the forest. Aranya, in the deep forest. Giri, on the hills, and the small hills. Parvata, the huge hills. Shagara, ocean. Saraswati, Bharati, and Puri. Saraswati, Bharati, Puri. These three sampradaya, they study scripture and expound the scripture. We belong to Puri Sampradaya. So that is our job, to study the scripture and to narrate the scripture for the householders. So this is, and the Shankaracharya, the total is granthas that he wrote commentary is 23. Prakarana Grantha, supporting, explaining those things, 54. And then Stotra, the Stotras are 76 Stotras he wrote. And there he wrote for the devotees only. Why? Without that, the devotee won't be able to make any progress. Shankara's teaching says, Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya Jiva Brahmaiva na apara. The Brahman is the only truth, the eternal truth, unchanging thing, that is Brahman, all-pervading consciousness. But what is this Jagat? What we see, this phenomenal world, that is false, mithya. As you see in your dream, it is like that. And what about me? Jiva is the Brahman. And that is the teaching of Shankara. Jiva Brahmaiva na apara. So we have every right to realize the Brahman. Shankara gave the word to his mother that when she will die at the time of his death, the Shankara will come. He became a sannyasi. He went far away. Then it came like this, that suddenly he felt the mother is there calling. And Shankara had the tremendous yogic power. So he sat in meditation and flew from there and reached to Kalati and met his mother. The mother was on the deathbed. And he told the mother, I gave you the word that I will be by your side at the time of your death. Now I have come. Be peacefully, you leave your body and go to your abode. The mother died over there. Now the local people, they came and they protested. A sannyasi is not supposed to come and do like this. You are breaking the social rules. As because you don't have any brother and sister, and you don't have any other people also around. Your mother, no one can touch that dead body. And as you have come, you have also broken the promises of the sannyasi. We are not supposed to go back to our houses. So you have broken the promises. Like that, there was a lot of commotion. Then the Shankara told, stop this. The sannyasis have no rules at all. All that you are thinking, I cannot forget my mother. This is the unique thing. I cannot forget my mother. And I gave the promise to my mother that I will come. I have come. She has passed away. Now you people come and take the dead body and as usual burn it. We are not going to touch it. And no one was there to help him. Shankara alone carried the dead body. They never even allowed him to go to that cremation ground. So the cremation ground. So what he will do? He collected the woods and made a fire and burned his mother's dead body at the back of that house. There is a temple now. In the meantime, the local king came to know about it. He came and intervened. Usually the kings, they never used to intervene in this religious and spiritual thing. He came and he told, no, it's a great thing that Shankaracharya has done. There's so much of love for his mother. Even being a sannyasi, and he was known to each and everyone, very famous. And he has come and you people are behaving like this? The king intervened and he told, no, I will make a temple over here, all should be protected, etc. The Shankara was very happy and then came back. So he wrote wonderful stotras, and one of that was Ganga Stotra. And he is mentioning about the Ganga. And you know that his stotra, the Nirvana Shatakam, that you have to remember all this. I will not the Ganga Stotra, one stotra from the Nirvana Shatakam I will chant, because that is a very famous, and by that way he says that you are not this body, you don't belong to this world, you are that Atman. Mano Buddha Ahamkara Chittaninaham. If you listen to the words, Mana, Buddhi, Ahamkara, Chitta is not me. Mana Buddha Ahamkara Chittaninaham. Nacha Shutra Juve Nacha Grana Netre Nacha Vyoma Bhumi Natejo Namayu. Then who am I? Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Thank you.
Devashish is asking how to manage a situation when one of your family members is bothering everyone and making the whole family a difficult situation by behaving immaturely.
That is really, there is another common problems are there. You have to handle accordingly. Sometimes we have to talk to that particular person, what he wants or she wants, and then if you can solve those things. And sometimes it is a psychological problem. They do that to get the attention. So that also you can consider. Sometimes some people, when they cross the middle age, they become lonely. And to draw the attention, most of the time people they do like this. And that is why we always say practice religion from the young age. Sometimes people think at the fag end of our life, then only one should practice religion. No, it is for your betterment. Religion should be practiced when you are young. So at the middle age, when everybody has gone, children are grown up, the husband is also engaged in somewhere, or the wife is engaged, these middle-aged people, and particularly after the retirement, they become very lonely and they will start feeling their frustration, and they only to get attention they do like this. So try to understand the problem and try to solve that. Thank you.
Next question is from Swarup Chakravarti. Even, two-part question, even when the seeker sees the sought for as one and duality vanishes, even then, as long as this life continues, duality exists in the worldly sense. Was this the reason for an ardent non-dualist like Shankara to write hymns did he change his ideas in later part of his life?
No, he didn't change that. I think you have understood the question. That's a very good question. That's a philosophical question. That you have realized the one, but at the same time, you are living in this world, so which is full of duality. So what will happen? How you will behave? So this question was asked by the Arjuna in the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, and you will find that after the 50, I think 52 or 53, then the Krishna is giving the reply. Prajohati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan prajahati prakrishta rupena given up. He has given up completely what? The desire, completely. Then he is living over there without desire, only with love. So that duality is just because of the love, no attachment. And that is a unique life. That's what Shankara says, that for one should take birth. Jivan mukta sukhat prapta, hetave janma dharitam. The life is only to enjoy this living and free. So no duality, it is only one. Any question from here? Okay then, so let us say Shanti and we go down. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. 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 Harihi Om. Harihi Om. And peace, peace, peace unto all. Friends, next Sunday there will be no Sunday discourse because we will be in our Ganges attending the retreat. And then the fourth Sunday, I will give a talk, the Sunday talk, but from Minnesota. So it will be online, but not in person. I'm sorry. But sometimes the devotees and the far places, they want our presence over there. Yes.
Do you want to send any message for the voters right now, voting in India right now?
Oh, no. No. The only thing, that actually, that Swami Vivekananda, he very categorically mentioned that you should not get involved with the politics. Because the sannyasi, it is samadrishti. People know it. The sannyasi means samadrishti. As before marriage, are you married? Yeah. So at the time of marriage, you have taken some promises, isn't it? And not only that, any office you are going to accept, you are taking the promises. Like the President of America, he keeps the hand on the Bible and take the oath. Prime Minister of India, keeping the hand on our Constitution, take the oath. Sannyasi also take the oath, taking the Ganga water, holy Ganga water, and before the fire, before the Guru, that I will never discriminate between me and thine. That should be samadrishti. Sannyasi. That is his dharma. So obviously, if I say this party, I have to say not that party, I cannot do that. So for sannyasi, there is no janma bhumi, there is no this party or that party, it's all same. And that is ideal sannyasa. Sometimes people can't keep that. That is their thing, but we don't do that. Thank you. And only thing, choose the best person. And let all the leaders be very good, compassionate, and really thoughtful. And I will conclude by saying, Swami Vivekananda said about the leadership. Who can be a leader? He must have 3H. So what is the 3H? We say 3H formula of Swami Vivekananda. The leader must be able to understand the problem. He should feel the problem in heart. So first H, heart. And not only feeling, immediately he should have the capacity, the intellect, to solve the problem. So hate, second H, And after solving the problem, don't wait for somebody else to perform. Do yourself. Hand. So heart, head, and hand. This is the 3H formula to become a leader. Thank you.